Hello, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
My name's Eric. I'm calling from Texas.
Eric from Texas. How you doing, my friend? What's on your mind tonight?
Well, number one, you look sharp today.
Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
This shirt and tie.
Thank you.
I'm positive that cryptocurrency is it. Like that's one of the last things that has yet to transition to the internet. It was money. Everything else is online now, so it's just a matter of time, in my opinion. But I say that to say, since it's changed in this way, and money has been chopped up and printed, and for the first time, when we finally accept cryptocurrency and it's accepted, it's adopted by the mass populace, it'll be the first time that humanity has never had the ability to tamper with this money. So I guess my question to you is, what do you think will change, or how do you think it'll change the course of humanity or us as a species if this is the first time that we will not be able to alter money?
Ooh, good question there. And I'm glad you asked that, because I was just, thinking about that earlier. And I believe it's been strategically placed in this particular time to be looked at as an option to consider as a way out of a dying debt-based system. But yet, once again, at the end of the day, it's a digital code, algorithm, blockchain, however, the technical talk might be, but it's not something physical. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't hold a physical Bitcoin in your hand, but yet it still has value behind it because of the energy computation and the amount of energy and all that mining aspect, which is similar to what it takes to bring this above ground. But it's not the same because I can't hold it. So because I can't hold it, as it says right here, if you don't hold it, you may not own it. I personally am not going to say that crypto is going to be the future that I'm overly excited about. Now, I say that because...
Well, hold on, Mike. I agree with you as far as up to that point, but I guess now that would apply. I definitely I concur. That would apply right now, which is why I think it's taking so long. Not long, because we're still early. Why it's taking a while for mass adoption to spread, if you will.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I see that these things, just because it's intangible, coin tokens like Veritasium and things like that have already begun to peg the coin to actual physical gold or physical metal. So they're backed by the actual the tangible metal, if you will.
Right.
So now it's not like that, but in the future, you don't see it being a situation where everything is actually pegged and it is immutable and you can't tamper with it, because for the very same reason you mentioned previously, that it's a cold algorithm, no feeling, no emotion, nothing, immutable ultimately.
Right. Now, I hear where you're going, and I kind of sense in your tone what you would like for me to say. But just to have to play along with this and just be more of the play devil's advocate.
I want you completing the wholehearted, however you feel. That's what I'm looking for. Your honest opinion.
All right, so here's the thing. Like I mentioned a while back on a live stream, that just the word back, to me doesn't really have the same comfortable feeling as the actual possession of it, because we started off with the whole system we're in now started off as being backed. In 1863 Civil War, Abraham Lincoln, needed to fund the war, so they came up with the Legal Tender Act, which happened to be very timely, which said that once the war is over, in about 5 to 10 years, we're going to be able to redeem those notes. Here we are, 130, 140 years later, we still got notes, but there was a period of like, we're going to promise them it's going to be backed. Once the war ends, we'll give you back your gold, we'll exchange it even for even or whatever. That didn't work out so well. Then we had another policy, 1873 Silver Coinage Act. They robbed the world by demonetizing silver. So now gold was the big thing to have. Nobody in the streets had gold, but except the rich folks. So everything that's always been positioned as a viable option, but it's an option that limits the opportunity for the majority of people who don't really have access to it to not prosper. So here we go with Bitcoin, for example. There's 21 million in existence, 4 or 5 million been lost or whatever it is. So there's a certain amount of them above ground in people's wallets or whatever. And so it's good to say over the last couple of years, with all of this, the fact that it's now a financial instrument, they're going to come up with futures, derivatives, and anything they can to limit the actual supply of them, aka the price of it as well. They don't want it to be looked at as a viable option for us common people to be able to escape and profit. Man, none of this is designed for you to profit. So right now, if you were an early adopter, you made off well. But if you're now trying to get on the adoption train now, you know, you're putting your fiat notes into something that's still a digital base, but you can't hold it, and you're hoping on the fact that it becomes the future because you got a little bit in your possession, depending on where you at, or where everybody's at. But believe me, by now, the big banks got more than the majority of the people on the streets may have, which means that they control it still. If they dump it again, which I believe is going to come pretty soon, that's going to cause more fear and panic. It's going to still be, it's not going away. But my point is, because you can't hold it, so I wouldn't bank on like getting off like a fat cat, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, because, you know, because capital gains and taxation, whatever they're going to try to do on it, going to try to eat away at those gains. So just keep that in mind. So, but I want to get to the other call, but I appreciate your calling, my friend. Thanks for sharing those thoughts with me.
Thank you, sir.
My pleasure.
Happy New Year.
Yeah,
Happy holidays.
Same to you, boss.
Take care, sir.
Yeah, thanks.